ahead and call our meeting into order. Welcome to the Sherwood City Council January 6, 2026 meeting. As I said in the work session, our first meeting of 2026. All rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you, everybody. All right, Sylvia, roll call.
Mayor Rosner?
Here.
Council President Young?
Here.
Councilor Browse?
Here.
Councilor Stankey?
Here.
Councilor Mays?
Here.
Councilor Scott?
Doug, can you hear us?
Yeah, sorry, it took me a while to find my mute button. I am here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Councilor Giles?
Here.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Sylvia. Approval of the agenda.
So approve, move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor of approving the agenda say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, Council. New business tonight. Oh, we're doing that before consent agenda. Interesting. New business tonight is selection of council president. For those listening, we do this every year. Obviously the mayor and the councilors are all elected by the community, and then the council, through a vote, appoints a council president. The council president's role under our charter and our council rules is basically to back the mayor up. If the mayor's not here, they run the meeting. If they also back the mayor up in regional meetings and other, like the Washington County Coordinating Committee meetings and other things like that. So it's basically a backup and a partner as we're working on regional issues and running meetings here locally. So anyways, that's the background. We've all done this before. Is there any specific process, Ryan, that we need to follow for this? Okay.
That's what we've done in the past.
All right. Do we have any nominations?
I'll nominate Kim.
So we have one nomination for Kim Young. Any other nominations? Going once? Twice? All right, I guess we will move to a vote. And so we have one nomination, Kim Young, who's our current council president, who does a great job, by the way. I will just move right to a vote then. So all those in favor of appointing Kim Young to be council president for another term for 2026, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes, or resolution, what, is that a resolution or is it just a motion? Motion passes. Congratulations.
There was technically we didn't have a motion in a second, so, but we voted. The vote passes.
We're good. Awesome. All right. Great. Well, thank you, Kim. I appreciate all your partnership over the last year and look forward to working with you again as we move forward. And just a reminder to council, if you have any concerns or issues, or make sure that you're informed on things going on, never hesitate to reach out to the two of us or reach out to Craig. For context for people listening, Kim and I meet weekly with the city manager. Most of the councilors meet every other week. We try to make sure that when we're discussing things or things coming up, that Craig is communicating those to those issues or challenges or great things that are going on to the rest of council. But it is important to me that all of you are informed about what's going on as we move forward. So if you have any concerns about that, feel free to reach out.
That's interesting. I talked to fellow counselors at like LOC conferences, and when I say that, like, our council's all informed of the same things, they look at me like, how does that work? So I just think we have great staff that make sure.
Yeah, staff does a good job. Yeah, it's interesting. I talk to other mayors that don't engage their council president at all. So it's I think we have a good vibe. Anyways, any other comments or questions or anything on that? Nope. Awesome. Let's go ahead and move on to the consent agenda then. We have 4 items on the agenda tonight. Consent agenda: approval of the December 2nd, 2025 City Council meeting minutes, approval or resolution 2026-001 authorizing an amendment to the automated photo enforcement agreement with Redflex Traffic Systems. Item C is Resolution 2026-002, declaring a city-owned property located at 22486 Southwest Pacific Highway as surplus property. And item D, Resolution 2026-003, authorizing the city manager to sign a Reconnect Program grant and security agreement and supporting documents.
We move consent. Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor of approving this consent agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, council. Citizen comments. Sylvia, do we have anybody?
Mayor, I have none.
And let's check online here real quick.
Fireflies.
Just Craig's note taker. All right, and we'll go ahead and move on to city manager report. Craig, what's happening?
Hope everybody had a good holiday. Happy New Year's, and off to the start of 26. So only one thing tonight, I just want to remind everybody we have goal setting on the 24th of January, so on a Saturday from 9 to 1, and it will be at the police department this year. So that's really the only thing I have. Have any questions for myself or any staff that are here?
Police department.
9 to 1.
9 to 1, it might be 9 to 12, but we got it scheduled to
10.
1. It's nice.
I knew you were going to say that.
So,
Or 9 to 3. 9 to 5.
there you go. No, it's posted 9 to 1. So there's something going on in this room, so we're gonna have it at the PD.
Any questions for Craig?
On that note, one other thing, you'll probably be getting a call here sometime in the next couple weeks from the facilitator also. So we're still working out the final stuff on that, but just so it's Jeff again. So
Same as last year?
same as last year, yeah. So
Okay.
yep.
Well, I
Go ahead.
was just gonna say, I saw Public Works was really sad taking down snowflakes today, but those were really a great addition to downtown this winter.
Yeah. Look nice.
Lots of positive comments on that. Awesome. Chief, you have anything?
Nope.
Ryan? Kristen? All good? All right, we'll move on to, do you have a question for one of them?
How are the holidays? Safe and quiet or crazy busy?
For those listening, that was for the chief.
Yeah, a little of both.
A little both?
Yeah, it wasn't over the top, but it was steady. Nothing, obviously.
Sometimes it can be a stressful time of year and
Yes, all those things were in
or
play.
little excess celebrations.
Little of that, but just nothing that was overwhelming or unmanageable. So hats off to all the troops that were out there and working around the clock. Because as you know, during the holiday season, we work at staffing levels that are low and at the minimum. So it can be a challenge, but they did a great job this year with it.
Awesome.
But your officers get to spread a little cheer because we did the toy drive, the Sherwood Foundation in conjunction with TDFNR. So they got lots of toys to give out, and the foundation provides gift cards to hand out to, I don't know who they hand them out to, but gas cards, people in need, food cards. So they get to spread a little bit of cheer during the holiday.
Yeah, that's always a great event for them. It's, just that community connection and surprising them. And we had the ability to give away turkeys. And so that was awfully fun, versus a ticket.
That
They
was
got
nice.
a
That was,
nice 20-pound turkey. So,
Furlough donated
Yeah.
those, right?
yeah.
So you handed out turkey tickets.
Yeah. Yes.
And generally, the winter weather or the holidays, all's good.
Yeah, it was pretty slow. I mean, everything slows down because people travel. So that was nice. I can't think off the top of my head any significant crashes or incidents of that nature. So that's always nice. And the fact that the weather's been pretty mellow.
And
So
when we didn't get trees down very bad.
yeah, I was gonna say,
It was nice not having it.
yeah, surprisingly, I don't think we had power out only a time or two for a short period. So it was nice.
It's nice to have the windstorm and all that was later in the season, so we didn't have to deal as much with storm drain issues and stuff like that. I'm assuming we didn't have a lot
Well,
of
we have
issues.
our normal stuff, but
Yeah.
I didn't hear of anything major.
Awesome. Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you. Any other questions for staff? Awesome. All right, we'll move right into council announcements. Taylor, you want to go first tonight?
Sure. So we had our last planning commission canceled, but the one before that, which I think was after our last council meeting, we reviewed the Old Town overlay plan that the council has already seen, but it was good to get the planning commission on board with it, and had some great feedback on it and what we were trying to accomplish with that. So they're getting that in mind, and I think they're gearing up. I know that one of the things that they hope that we bump up the priorities. I know that, last year we focused a lot on the urban growth boundary stuff, but they're hoping to look at the tree code and a few of those other things for the coming year. And I guess I should say happy 16th birthday to my son Joe. My baby, it's his birthday today, and so we will keep an eye out for him, Chief. Actually, he's a very good driver. He's one of our best drivers. So he's played a lot of Mario Kart, and he insists that is what has made him a good driver. So
Makes me feel better.
yeah, no, he's very conscientious. Anyway, happy birthday, Joe.
If I could just pile on a second, I'm teaching my son how to drive right now, and you need to be afraid. Just saying.
Poor Jack.
Sorry, Jack. No, he's doing
Be
good.
afraid, very
Yeah.
afraid.
Renee.
Yes. So first, I'd like Dave Murray, the new executive director at the chamber, asked me to extend thanks to Craig and the team for the visitor sign switch up. Apparently, you moved them for him. So thank you for that. And he wanted me to announce that Jamba Juice, the grand opening, will be January 9th, so this Friday at 4 o'clock. And the next breakfast is January 13th at Hampton Inn. And then it's not too early to start thinking about summer since it's cold outside right now, but the golf tournament is July 13th at Chehalem Glen. And Cruisin', Chief was surprised to hear this, but Cruisin' Sherwood is August 8th. So the planning for those two events has already started. The Youth Advisory Committee met a few weeks ago. This is January, right? So back in December. And they're still so excited about the opportunity to serve on this committee and have some great plans. Yeah, that's just really awesome. And when we were talking about the LOC, every single one of them that were there that night raised their hands. So they all want to go. We can't send them all, but they all want to go.
Oh, you mean NLC?
Yeah, I said LOC, NLC. The next meeting's coming up. I think it's next week. The Senior Advisory Board is still moving strong on the age-friendly city, and then they meet next week as well. And then Water Consortium Committee is also next Wednesday evening. So lots coming up, and I hope everybody had a great holiday. I also want to give kudos to our youth sports league, especially the wrestling league. My grandson is 5 years old, and he's wrestling, and it's really amazing watching some of those coaches work with spastic little redheaded kids that are trying to learn the sport of wrestling. But to his credit, he's got a winning record, so got a little wrestler on my hands.
Nice.
That's all I have.
That's awesome.
Burn excess energy.
Yes.
You have some new office associates that need to burn a lot of energy.
Yes, they were, yes.
Also might be some redheads.
Yeah.
Happy New Year. If the one day my mother bolts because of some bad weather, she decides to stay home, I would have embarrassed her. Since our last meeting, she had a birthday. So she's another year older. Same month in December, I am now a year older, blah, blah, blah. You're still older than me, Mayor, I'm happy to say. On a sad note, and I apologize for getting his last name without me, but the previous chamber director, Ned, passed away last week unexpectedly. But it was quick. It was at home. It was quiet last month, other than since the last meeting of stuff that I normally would be doing. So, not much to report other than great job with the city, managing the holidays, as always, between the decorations to managing the community with the needs that pop up, probably between the senior center, PD, Public Works. needs in the library. Kudos to everybody and the events at the Art Center. So great job. I look forward to our goal setting at the PD this year in a couple weeks, 3 weeks. And go Ducks.
Go Hoosiers!
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Well.
No, it's all good.
Friendly.
Hey,
It's
either
all
one
good.
I'll be happy with.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for the Hoosiers.
Fine.
There you go.
You're a traitor. I will not be happy with either one. Go Ducks.
I root for all the OSUs, so I'll just put it that way. Dan.
No boards met since the last time we met, so nothing new to report for that. The library has a bunch of activities that they're hosting this month to include, there's a sound bath happening on January 11th. If you're interested in doing that, there's no movement involved, no yoga or anything. You can either sit or lay and just be bathed in the sound of these specially tuned crystal bowls and gongs. It's supposed to be really relaxing. So check it out. Again, it's January 11th from 3 to 4.
Can we bring our crystals?
I think that would be welcome, yes.
I don't have any crystals, but I know people that do.
The host a monthly youth volunteer club. This month it's January 15th from 4 to 5. That's for 7th through 12th graders. And then for those who don't know, this is the 20th anniversary that the library is in this building. And they've got a couple events planned for this month for that. One of them is Renaissance Singers on January 15th from 4 to 4:30. And then there is a character party on January 24th. It's a Saturday from 10 to 11. The theme is Dragons Love Tacos. There'll be games, crafts, and even a dragon to meet during that time.
Dragons love tacos.
Dragons Love Tacos.
That's a great theme.
It's a fun
It's a
children's
unique-
series.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So
I
is
thought
this
they
like a
just made
dress-up
something up.
party?
It is a dress up, yeah, it's a character. Yeah, should be a fun time.
I love it when I learn something from counselors.
And then I have some sad news. The Sherwood annual puzzle competition has been placed on an indefinite pause, and so there will not be a competition this year.
The puzzle?
The puzzle competition.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Darn it.
So they're reworking some of the stuff with the SFA, and we'll learn more in the future about that. And then the last thing that I wanted to mention was that the city has a dedicated webpage to the Immigration Control Enforcement, or ICE. And on that website, there are the pictures of the Sherwood police uniforms to help identify what they look like, also what their role is, what they can and can't do in relation to immigration. There's FAQs, and then access, information for the rights for individuals and legal assistance resources. That's all I have.
Awesome.
Mayor,
Yes.
can I just do a quick, you made me think of something, Dan. The library hosted a party on New Year's Eve, but it was at noon for the kids, and it was amazing. So will you please pass on my kudos to the team, because the kids came home and they were just raving about all the activities and such that they were doing in this space, and it looks like there were a lot of kids and families here. So thank you for that opportunity.
Yes.
And with the news that Dan reminded us of the 20th anniversary of this building, this opening, kudos to the community for being good stewards of the building and staff being good stewards of the building, because it is in great shape. It really is.
Just not big enough, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Well, bigger is always better. I don't disagree.
Doug, I'm not going to forget you.
Yeah, not a whole lot. Parks Board did not meet yesterday. They took January off. They will meet next on February 2nd, right there in the room where you are all sitting at 7 p.m. Other than that, just hope everyone had a safe and wonderful holiday season, and look forward to seeing you all at the next meeting.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you, Doug. Kim.
Yeah, I don't have a whole heck of a lot either because, again, the holidays, lots of meetings got canceled. Police Advisory Board, there was no meeting. This Thursday is the Community Development Block Grant meeting, and we will be going over the long list of applications that we have in this grant cycle. And then in the end of January, we will be seeing presentations from all the applicants, and then going through the scoring process with Zoom grants on that. Never enough money for all the applicants you get. So there's one representative from every city on this policy advisory board, so everybody gets to weigh in on that. SFA, Sherwood Foundation for the Arts, does have a theater production coming up, Pippin. I believe it's the next 2 weekends. Do you know? Believe it's the next 2 weekends, but if you go to Sherwood Foundation for the Arts.org, you can find that, buy your tickets. I know that the cast and crew have been working immensely hard through the last few months to put on a great production. So.
Awesome, thank you. I just have a couple things, and I alluded to this in the last meeting, but I recently met with one of the TriMet Board of Director members, Robert Kellogg, and there are some significant cuts coming to TriMet that are going to impact Sherwood. So, Craig, we can schedule it, but I think we need to have a work session to talk about what that means for our community. Taylor, this might open up some other options. I know you are, but it's disappointing, and it's not just our community; it's a lot of edge communities. Washington County's funding for some of the bus system that they run that augments TriMet, where TriMet doesn't serve, that funding's at risk. Our friends at TriMet are focused on Portland and Milwaukee, and Beaverton and Hillsborough, and the edge communities like ourselves are kind of getting left out of this. So we'll have a work session to go through that in detail and talk about what we want to do. There's been some, I don't want to go into too much detail, but some of the mayors have been talking about, do we do something ourselves? You know, something like SMART or something like that, try to pry ourselves away from TriMet. Anyways, so more to come on that. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out on that. And like the other folks mentioned, not a lot going on over the holidays, so I don't have a huge amount to report out. We do have the short session in Salem that's going to be starting February 3rd, I think is the start date, but there's bills are going to start dropping this month, so we'll be in our normal defense offensive mode.
At least there's a limit on bills during this short session.
There is, but it's amazing what they can do even with that limit. But yes, each senator and representative is limited to 2 bills, and so we're trying to stay ahead of what that's going to look like, and the league is all over it. And the Metro Mayors Consortium, which has a big voice down in Salem, we're gearing up as well to just defend city rights. And just reminder to the community, we have 2 ballot measures out there in the community for charter changes. One's to enshrine our citizens' rights to public hearings around land use decisions. And the other one is about protecting our rights, our procedural rights around annexations. If you haven't seen that, you should have a vote by mail pamphlet in your mailbox. Take a look at it. Get out there, vote. We would appreciate it. And with that, I think that's all I have, unless anyone else has anything else for the good of the order. All right, we are adjourned.